Frank Herbert's Dune introduces the reader to a universe steeped in political intrigue and power struggles. Among the most significant characters in the opening book of this epic saga are the nephews of Baron Vladimir Harkonnen, Feyd-Rautha, and Glossu beast Rabban. Each serves a distinct role in the Baron's plans and represents different aspects of the Baron's own personality and ambitions. In this video, I'd like to examine and compare these two brothers of House Harkonnen in their unique roles and how these elements ultimately shape their actions and contributions to the overarching narrative of Frank Herbert's first novel. Spoiler warning if you are unfamiliar with the Dune saga. Feyd-Rautha, the younger of the two nephews, is the Baron's chosen heir. At the beginning of the story, Feyd finds himself under the Baron's meticulous grooming at just 16 years of age. He is not just an instrument of the Baron's ambitions, but also the embodiment of a tactical and more subtle approach to power. Feyd's combination of intelligence, charm, charisma, and deadly precision make him the ideal Harkonnen candidate to ascend the throne. The Baron's plans for Feyd extend far beyond merely ruling the Harkonnen household. He is a chess piece designed to secure a marriage alliance with Princess Irulan, thus placing the Baron in a position to secure control of the imperial throne. Unlike his elder brother, Feyd balances his killer instinct with intelligence and subtlety, making him a favored candidate in the Baron's eyes. Although the Baron seeks to use his favored nephew as a tool to accomplish his grand schemes, Feyd is not content to be merely a puppet in his uncle's hands. He demonstrates an independent streak, attempting to forge his own path. His hunger for power mirrors that of his uncle, exposing a deeply rooted Harkonnen philosophy centered around self-interest and manipulation. In stark contrast to Feyd, Glossu Rabban, affectionately known as Beast, is the embodiment of brute force and uncontrolled aggression. His nickname, which he earned after he murdered his father, aptly captures his violent nature. Despite his lack of the Baron's cunning, the Beast is every bit as ruthless and sadistic. His animalistic tendencies make him an effective enforcer, and the Baron, recognizing this, uses him as a blunt instrument to keep Arrakis under control. While lacking in finesse, Glossu's brutal, straightforward approach is effective in ensuring the Baron's rule remains unchallenged. However, Beast is not merely a mindless brute. He demonstrates an understanding of the Harkonnen ways of operation, executing his uncle's orders to the letter, and showing a degree of cunning that, while not on par with Feyd or the Baron, is effective in its own right. The most apparent contrast between Feyd and Beast lies in their methods and their roles within the Baron's plans. Feyd is the subtle, intelligent, and charismatic heir, while Beast is the brutish enforcer. This dichotomy reflects the dual aspects of the Baron's own personality, his cunning, strategic mind driven by his brutal, ruthless determination. Both of the Baron's nephews are, in essence, products of their environment, embodying the Harkonnen trademark of power through brutality. Interestingly, despite their contrasting personalities, both Feyd and Beast serve as mirrors to the story's protagonist, Paul Atreides. While they are both heirs to their respective houses, Feyd and Paul share a common thread of having their lives controlled and manipulated by the plans of others, with the intention of each party's ascension to the imperial throne. Baron Harkonnen envisions Feyd as a tool to fulfill his grand ambitions, aiming to mold him into a powerful instrument of manipulation and self-interest. Similarly, the Sisterhood of the Bene Gesserit has meticulously engineered the life of Paul Atreides. After having passed the test of the Reverend Mother's Gom Jabbar, the Sisterhood begins to see Paul as the potential culmination of their generations-long breeding program, intended to produce a messiah-like figure with extraordinary abilities. Both Feyd and Paul bear the weight of these elaborate plans, tethering them each to destinies that transcend their individual desires and choices. On the other hand, Beast Rabban and Paul Atreides present strikingly contrasting approaches as leaders of each side of the war for Arrakis. Beast's character is marked by his oppressive and brutal methods as he seeks to dominate and exploit the Fremen for his own gain. In stark contrast, Paul embraces a fundamentally different path, choosing to join forces with the Fremen, immersing himself in their culture and honoring their traditions. As Frank Herbert wrote in Dune, a process cannot be understood by stopping it. Understanding must move with the flow of the process, must join it, and flow with it. By harmonizing with the Fremen and adapting to their ways, Paul demonstrates a profound understanding of the importance of flowing with the process rather than to adopt the Harkonnen tactic of resistance through ruthless tyranny. The parallel journeys of Paul and the Beast can both be attributed to the profound influence exerted by their respective mentors. Paul seeks to realize his father's plan to harness the Fremen's formidable desert power and embraces a symbiotic relationship with them. In contrast, the Beast follows through on his uncle's command to squeeze and oppress the Fremen as the Baron aims to exploit them and dominate through cruelty. Beast Rabban and Feyd-Rautha exhibit contrasting ambitions, each driven by their unique motivations within the dynamics of the Harkonnen family. The Beast's relentless pursuit of his uncle's approval propels him forward as he seeks validation and recognition from the Baron. Driven by an unwavering desire to secure his uncle's favor, Rabban continued to take increasingly ruthless and oppressive actions, relentlessly plunging headfirst into the Harkonnens' ill-fated war against the Fremen. Ultimately, this sealed his own inescapable demise. While the Beast yearned for approval, Feyd's ambitions are laser-focused on expediting his own ascent to imperial supremacy. This included an assassination attempt on his uncle, a failed effort to quicken his path to the barony. Even after the Baron met his end, Feyd remained resolute in his pursuit of selfish ambitions. This unwavering drive compelled him to fearlessly challenge Paul to a Canly-sanctioned duel, a daring play that, if successful, would likely have earned the Emperor's favor and solidified his place in the Landsraad. Ultimately, while the Baron's nephews are seemingly polar opposites, they each reflect different aspects of his complex personality, serving as captivating embodiments of the trademarks of Harkonnen power and ambition. Their fates each serve as poignant reminders that the pursuit of power, devoid of ethical considerations, can lead to the downfall of individuals and even entire dynasties. But I'm curious to know what you think of the brothers of House Harkonnen. Are there any similarities or differences in their personalities and roles in the story that stand out to you? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did, and be sure to subscribe for more Dune and other sci-fi and fantasy news and lore. Thank you all so much for your support, and as always, have a very nerdy day.